Hi, this is John Reed of johnerp.com. I want to do a series of videos on LinkedIn and getting the most out of LinkedIn as an SAP professional. I recently did a couple of videos on SAP on Twitter, which got some pretty neat feedback, and I'll probably return to those, but I also wanted to talk a little bit about LinkedIn. Now, I don't consider myself a LinkedIn expert, and so you should take that with a bit of a grain of salt. But I have done LinkedIn work with clients, and I have gotten a pretty good handle on some of the things you can do as an SAP professional on LinkedIn to improve your career and network. One thing I would say for myself is that personally, I've just found Twitter to be a more valuable use of my time investment on a daily basis than LinkedIn. So I'm not someone who spends a lot of time on LinkedIn every single day. But one of the advantages of LinkedIn over Twitter is that I don't think Twitter really rewards you unless you put a significant amount of time investment into it, building relationships, frequently posting and interacting. LinkedIn, on the other hand, rewards several different levels of time commitment, and so you can pick the level of time commitment that's appropriate to your usage. For example, you can treat LinkedIn as an online business card, which is what I would call a minimal level of involvement on LinkedIn. And for example, if you see my profile here, you scroll down a little bit, see some summary detail and some blog entries from RSS feed. You can set that kind of thing up, and basically, at least you're going to be searchable on LinkedIn. Mostly, it will be valuable for business colleagues who are looking for you. And they might want to talk with you about job offers or partnership options or what they're up to that might lead work in your direction. So, on a basic level, LinkedIn can function as an online business card. Then, I think you can up the ante to more of a medium level involvement. And I would consider myself on the high end of the medium level users, where I'm spending time on LinkedIn a few times a week, updating things, responding to questions. I consider myself on the high end of the medium users because I do actually have uh, a group in LinkedIn on SAP Consulting Skills, which is right here on the menu on the left hand side in my profile, and I'm linking onto the group now. So you can actually find my group from the johnerp.com homepage as well. So if you go to the johnerp.com homepage, here you can see you can link directly to my SAP Consulting Skills group right there, and also to my LinkedIn profile, and you're welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn. Now, the one thing I would say to you about LinkedIn is that I'm not a big fan of connecting with everyone you know on LinkedIn professionally. I have friends from college that connect with me on LinkedIn, but I kind of prefer to connect with people like that on Facebook myself, or personal contacts of some kind. I will connect with those kinds of folks if they reach out to me, but I think LinkedIn really rewards you more if you have a little more of a targeted approach to what you're trying to do on it. So, in my case, I'm really interested in connecting with SAP related colleagues, friends and colleagues, and folks that share a passion for SAP or subject matter interest. You're going to get a lot more out of LinkedIn if you can target your involvement in some way, and that's kind of how I narrow my LinkedIn focus a little bit. I do these videos in 5-minute increments, and so I only have a little bit of time left on this first one. But what I'll show you here a little bit is just a little bit about my profile, so you can see as we scroll down that I've listed some website feeds and links. I have some recommendations which are definitely worthwhile to compile. I do have a decent amount of connections, though I don't think it makes sense to prioritize just racking up connections, and I'll talk with you about that maybe in the next video. I have a summary of my background here, which is pretty detailed. And one thing I really don't like is excessive use of keywords. Now, I do have a keyword section in my specialties paragraph here, but I've seen people who just jam up this whole summary section with as many keywords as they can find. I personally think it's better as a readable document, so I recommend creating it in a way that is easy to read but also contains meaningful keywords about what you do so that people will find you. So that's an overview of my profile, and I think that's a good stopping point for our first LinkedIn video, and then I'll return to that and talk with you more about getting the most out of LinkedIn.